Hi, I'm Rita.
I'm Jen.
I'm Serena.
And we are Pink Ink. So the look that we were going after today was to do a glamorous look on a dark-skinned beauty.
AKA Black Girl.
So if you are interested in how to achieve a look like this, stay tuned. We'll be starting off by putting some moisturizer just to ensure that the makeup we put on actually blends into the skin. And I'm buffing the moisturizer into her skin. This ensures to get nice and deep inside. One has more of a sheen finish. I'm mixing the two. And this will really brighten her eyes.
They have a primer in them too, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, so you can use this also, like you said, as a primer. And it really lays the canvas for your eyes. I then will put Shroom by MAC all over her lid, and I'm using a Real Technique brush. It's a base shadow brush all over her lid just to give it an even color. It's a nice base color. I'm now using an eye definer brush and the color Expensive Pink by MAC, and again placing it on the first half of her lid. And see that nice color from Jen really comes out. And the key with the MAC shadows is to layer. So just put it on and layer. Rather than putting a lot on at one time, it's really to layer. I now will be using Copper Ring, and this is even a brighter version of the last one, and putting it on the outer part of Jen's eyes. You see how it's a much deeper color. Again, I'm working from the corner and moving in, really because I want the most color in the corner, and then you blend in. You see how the two colors are within the same tone, and they blend really nicely together. Just blend using windshield washer, like wiper movements, or little round circles, either one. And even down in the middle too, where the two colors meet, blend that as well, because you do not want to see a defining line there. You see how that blends nicely together? And then the same thing on the other side. I do want to put a little more of the first color, Expensive Pink, on the inside. I want that to really pop. So I'll put the layer, and again the key is to layer. Now I'm going to use the color Print by MAC, and I want to get right into the crease. So this will just darken things up. Crease, and then on the outer edges too. And that'll really define the color. And I'm blending. Making the V in the corner. And blending towards the middle. And this will really add that dimension to your eyes. At this point I'm going to take Shroom again, the color that we used at the beginning, and I'm going to go over Jen's brow again. And I'm going to be blending it with the print to make sure there's no harsh edges. And the key to this look is to blend. So when you think you've blended enough, you really want to go in and blend some more. So at this point I'm going to get Jen to open her eyes, and I'm going to do the bottom. So Jen, can you look up for me? I'm going to go in with the first color, the expensive pink, and go right toward the inside of her eye there. And just all the way. But mostly focusing on the inside. The same on the other side. And I'll be taking coppering and focusing more. Look up for me, Jen. There we go. More on the 3/4. Right there, you can see that nice color there. And the same with the other side. At this point I'm going to line Jen's upper lashes, so close for me, Jen. And you want to get as close to the top lash line as possible. And this is Smolder by MAC. And just a slight little wing. This will really help define Jen's eyes and really complement this look. I'm also going to open up for me, do Jen's waterline. This will really finish off the look and will give her a nice smoky eye. So we'll do the other side, close for me. At this point I'm going to curl Jen's lashes. Jen, can you look at my turtleneck for me? I'm actually using Voluminous by L'Oreal. It's one of my favorite mascaras. And the bottom as well. I'm going to be filling in Jen's eyebrows. Jen has great eyebrows, so we just want to define them a little more. So I'm going to comb them first to make sure I get the proper shape. And then I will likely use the MAC color Brune for her. And just really filling them in. And we really don't have to do a lot. A little goes a long way. But you see how much different that looks? It really finishes up the look nicely. And just small strokes. You'll see how much better that looks. Now at this point Jen's eyes are complete. So at this point, to complete the look, I'm going to put some false lashes on Jen, and we'll be right back. And there's a difference between one eyelash on her left eye with the eyelash and without, and you'll see what a great difference it makes. It really finishes the look off. So at this point I'm going to clean out the fallout from the eyeshadow we did earlier, and all I have is some of the moisturizer on a cotton pad, and I'm just going to wipe. I'm going to get Jen to look up for me. You really want to get right in there, because otherwise it will look like there's a shadow when you put the rest of her makeup on. So at this point I'm going to prime Jen's face before we put the foundation, and I'm using the Smashbox HD primer. Photo Finish, I should say, HD. And this primer is one of my favorite. It really gives a nice silky feel. And again, you want to work it in just like we did the moisturizer, buffing it in because you do want it to get right into your skin. So what I've done with Jen, something that we like to do here at Pink Ink, is we use actually the Select Cover Up from MAC So I've chosen NC45 and NC50. Jen is a warm tone, so the NCs are actually for the warm tones. And I've customized it. So what I've done is I've used about half a squirt of the NC45, half of the NC50, and then what we do is we actually use a couple of pumps of the liquid strobe lotion and mix it all together, and then use that on Jen's face. So that's what I'll be doing now. And then I'll buff it in. What a great finish. Look at that. It's a really nice finish. Look at how her eyes just pop now. So at this point I'm going to do some highlighting and contouring. I don't have to do a lot of highlighting with Jen's face, but I'm going to do a little bit under eye, and I'm just using a highlighting pen, and I'm actually going to mix it a bit because this is a really light pen. It's also very nice to be able to customize your makeup. So I'm just going to mix it in. Mix that in. Look up for me, Jen. And just her dark areas there, I'm just going to lighten them up a bit. And make sure I go into a V in order to blend. You really want to make sure that you blend when you're doing highlighting and contouring. That's the whole idea. And I'm just using a nice fluffy brush here. I find it's really nice to get right into the eye area. And look what a difference that makes. You can see on one side. I'm going to use some contouring. I'm going to use Blunt by MAC, and this is the contour brush by Real Techniques. Just going to dab some here. And really what I want to do is accentuate Jen's cheekbones. So just right underneath there, again buffing it in. That's really the key with contouring, is it can't look too obvious, but it really adds a dimension, especially when taking pictures. Doing it there, I go on the jawline, into her hairline. It really warms up the face. The blush that I'm going to use for Jen is Mocha by MAC. And I'm going to start here on the apples of her cheeks and work out. And because I'm going to use a dark lip on Jen, I'm not going to use a lot of blush. I think her eyes and her lips are going to speak enough. I don't want to overdo it. So at this point I'm going to line Jen's lips, and I'm going to line it with a plum color. Is that going okay? And I'll fill it in a little bit to make the lipstick last. I'm just going to use that. Using a lipstick brush. Oh wow, does that ever look good with her teal top?
Smells nice.
Doesn't it? I know, it's like a minty, and it's supposed to be like tingling, have a tingling effect too.
It's like chocolate mint.
Yeah. A nice little trick that we like to do rather than using translucent powders. We use the Prep and Prime Invisible Set Powder by MAC. And what we do is then just go in and set all the work that we've just done. And this is great because it works on all skin tones, every color. Looks great. And there you have it. A beautiful, glamorous look.